Test 1, 2, 3, and there we are. Seems like Streamlabs decided to change things up on me, everybody. Thank you so much. Hey, welcome to Thursday. Are you ready for another episode of Critical Role? I'm sure there won't be any violence of any kind. I think everything's going to be super, super chill. I will not be streaming. Yeah, I see your question in chat. I am not streaming tomorrow. I'm not going to do a recap because of the general strike tomorrow. So, yeah. I am very much in alignment with Critical Role and their feelings on this. How's everybody doing today? I know. It's been it's always something. There's no words. I'm just gonna try to keep it to Critical Role and talking about the episode. You all are incredibly helpful for my mental health, especially with everything going on in the world. It's nice to have a break and just get to talk about Critical Role and hang out with fans of Critical Role and critters and stuff like that. Be sure that you're guarding your own mental health. It's a time, to say the least. So, but let's go ahead and dive in. I don't think Critical Role is having their Critical Role. I believe, if I'm understanding their post, the general strike is tomorrow and Friday. I will go in and check though. But they are not doing their rebroadcast on Friday. Do I have an audio delay of some kind? What delay are you talking about, Tristan? Are other people hearing a delay as well? That's what I'm wondering. I just want to make sure that I don't have an audio delay. Hey, everybody. How you doing? Or are you talking about the delay in Critical Role? Because there's no delay. Oh, the good. Okay. Yeah, you meant the show. Perfect. You got me this. You gave me the scares. Because we've had a few issues, and I'm actually streaming on YouTube Shorts as well. I'm trying it out again. So, yeah. Critical Role is airing tonight, but they are not doing the restream on Friday. No, I'm not going to go into explaining the strike. That's something you can easily Google. A lot of actors, a lot of entertainment industries start playing. People in the D&D community are all choosing not to come out with content on Friday. So yeah. Tonight's episode is moved to tomorrow. Let me check. Am I wrong? I thought the strike was Friday. Because if so, I will shut it down. Yeah, I'm not going to do a recap episode. I'm not going to be publishing video content or doing any streaming content tomorrow because of the strike. You misread the email. All right. Hey, man, that happens to me all the time, you know? Don't feel bad. The number, I get stuff. I mean, it's a lot to take in, everything that's going on. So please do not feel bad for misreading an email of all things. Everyone's doing their best. So I get it. I need to see that bigger. Okay. Looks like it's working. Am I feeling better? Yes, I am feeling significantly better. Thank you, everyone. Hey, welcome to the pre-show for Critical Role. I love doing this. This is a really great opportunity to hang out with critters from all over the world talking about Critical Role. We kind of have a mutual excitement for every episode of Campaign 4. This is one of my favorite things to do. I've been covering Critical Role since Campaign 1 for 9 years now, interviewing Matthew Mercer and the cast of Critical Role. I just interviewed them about the Mighty Nine and about the animated series and about Campaign 4. I've interviewed the entire cast. And I'm going to keep on doing all that. I love covering Critical Role, and what a wonderful bunch of people to get to cover. There was a fantastic video today that came out on Vanity Fair. I know this is ridiculous. Every time I feel like, hey, you guys made it. You made it. We've made it. Yay, we've made it. Everyone's doing great. It happens like, hey, it's a sold out stadium. Everyone's doing great. And then the Vanity Fair thing was amazing. Brennan and Matt Mercer talking to each other about game mastering was so wholesome and kind of like game master therapy. I really, really appreciated that entire episode. I highly advise you go check out that variety. It's like actors on actors, but it's game masters on game masters, essentially. I thought it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, what a fun video. It just made me kind of grin because all of these things kind of happen accidentally, and I don't think people understand to what extent. The fact that I'm even covering Critical Role is almost random. Because I've told people before, I just happened to interview Matthew Mercer at Emerald City Comic Con, and I was certainly aware that Critical Role existed, but it had not like gone absolutely wild in the way that it has. And so those were early days, and it was such a wonderful and fun interview. And by the end of it, we took a prom photo because we thought everyone just takes really boring photos at these journalistic, like, because I'm a journalist. I thought it'd be fun to like change it up, and so we did the prom photo, and we do a prom photo every couple of years now, so it's kind of fun. It was fun to hear how Brennan came into this hobby, which I always love, and Brennan's got such a great take on all of these things that go on when it comes to Critical Role, when it comes to being a professional dungeon master, and it's a very humble perspective and an extreme understanding that all of this can go away, and all of this we've kind of been lucked into, and we're provided the moment to seize the day, seize the luck that we've been afforded in our careers and in our lives. So yeah, it was one of those videos that I thought was generally always inspiring. It's always good to talk to another game master and another content creator about the struggles and the successes and everything else. Thank you so much, Barn Varn, for appreciating the new decor. I did a lot of work on lighting. I was super, super, super sick, as a lot of you folks know. My first 2 days, I was able to stream last Thursday, but so Thursday I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna beat this. I was taking Zicam, which I'm not a doctor, but it's significantly shortened by cold. I'm not being sponsored by Zicam. It is a lot of zinc, so I'm sure there's some health concerns there. But yeah, my voice was going away, and by Friday I had zero voice, and then I was sick Saturday and Sunday. I was a mess. So it was a super, yeah, I will shoot an office tour maybe this weekend. How about that? Yeah, I'll show you some of the curiosities. I'm actually downsizing a lot and getting rid of a lot of stuff like statues and even D&D books, which really bums me out. But like, I have so many D&D books, the compound weight of it almost makes me concerned for the stability of the house. I know that's a little ridiculous to say, but books are so heavy. And if you've ever moved, oh my God, books. I used to have, I was one of those kids that had like a library in their room growing up as a kid. I really did not like to read, and then suddenly I read all the time. And I eventually had to convert a lot of my stuff to digital because I just couldn't deal with it. So it was a lot. There's a lot of stuff to deal with. But hey, I'm glad you're all here. We got 15 viewers already, 52 viewers already. That's huge. We will definitely do the office tour. So we're going to do a couple of things today. I like talking about what we saw recently come out on Vanity Fair. Boy, what a wild time to be alive where you can be a professional game master. And I thought it was great that they had game master in the title. Certainly, I think Matt or Brennan kind of talk about saying game master in the headline rather than DM, because DM is copyrighted. It was a funny joke. Yeah, no, I know. I should consider offering some of that up to subscribers. Some really rare, like the original Volos guide that was a special edition cover. Those things are crazy expensive now. I have dice that have a sapphire embedded in them, and I cannot roll with them because it feels unconscionable considering how expensive those things are. I was actually sent them. And they're not even numbered. They were numbered. They're the 45th anniversary D&D dice, and they gave them to me so I could show a video about them. And they were their test versions from Level Up, so that they don't even have a number. They have a card with the number blacked out. I don't know if that makes that more rare or less. This is pretty weird. But those feature very prominently in a video I did about the 40th anniversary D&D dice from Level Up. But so go check out that Vanity Fair video. It's charming as hell, and it is also hilarious to me that the Critical Role set puts any set that Vanity Fair or location they've ever shot in to complete shame. That's the prettiest looking Vanity Fair interview they've ever had because the team at Critical Role. I just thought that was funny. I was like, Critical Role is doing Vanity Fair a favor, really, by letting them do this Game Master on Game Master interview. I thought it was pretty funny. I would totally consider a charity auction. Other than currently, I do need the money, but I'm actually pretty optimistic. I am going to have a job here very soon and have some very good news coming up. So, what else? What else is going on? Yeah, I relet the studio. Did a lot of work. I was sick, so I couldn't stream, couldn't make videos. I thought, oh, I don't know how not to work. So I thought, let's move some lights around and do a couple other things. So I thought that was pretty fun. Hello, everybody. And feel free to, when you come into the chat, say hello, everybody, and say where you're coming from. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the luck for sure. It's been 2 years with very little luck. So a little bit more luck would be totally awesome. Let me know whenever. We got 57 people so far. I think the video is doing well. Let me know if you want to jump into kind of a recap of what we've been seeing. I am also planning on doing a video, so I have to have my own friends remind me of things. Thank you for being here, all 62 viewers. Our first pre-show was episode 1. It feels like a billion years ago. We did a pre-show right before Critical Role. Critical's first episode 1. It was like a 2-hour live stream, and I'm going to do a video about that first pre-show because I had a lot of speculation because we knew very little, so it's gonna be what I got wrong video. That I think is gonna be pretty fun. Like, I thought Vaelus was a god, like an elven god, and that their wounds were from being attacked during the uprising. So fun little things I got wrong, and there's a bunch of things I got right. And I still suspect someone in the group could potentially be a god. So yeah, watching from the couch this week. So chatting is hard. Hey, no, totally get it, man. Yeah. Hey, hang out in the chat. Hang out in the chat. Sit back on the couch. Watch the TV show. Hopefully this is a pretty image for the TV. Yeah, we're going to revisit the pre-show theories. The pre-show theories from episode 1 from that live stream are hilarious. I did find out, which is kind of a bummer, if you do edits to live shows on YouTube, you lose chat, which I thought was totally bizarre, and I don't understand what the reasoning for that is, because I feel like I've edited live shows before in YouTube Studio, and it's retained chat, but for some reason, not always, or I've just been hopping in. This is why I'm not doing a kind of, hey, the stream is starting screen anymore. I think that's pretty boring. We might as well just jump into everything. So, yeah, Wick isn't a divine soul sorcerer. I died on that hill, everybody. I really thought Wick was a divine soul sorcerer. That's on me, and that's kind of the nature of speculation. I really dug my feet in on him being a divine soul sorcerer, but oh well. I was right about Tyranny being a demon because Tyranny literally said, Whitney actually said, "I'm playing a demon," so I'm like, there are different things that are changing. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's probably they have no interest in getting rid of chat other than there's some kind of technical hurdle. And we're also broadcasting on YouTube Shorts for a change. So if anyone's watching this on YouTube Shorts, hello, welcome. This is a really cool hangout. And mostly you should understand, I am here really as a host to everyone who is in chat, because everyone here in chat is essentially a critical role expert. And it's amazing. If you have a question, yeah, go ahead and ask me, but also ask chat. These people are wildly generous and smart, and they're going to know what's up. So no one's reminded me to check monetization, so I'm going to make sure I do that right now. Wait, what subclass is Wick? Oh, what? If you didn't know, Wickander is very likely using the Clockwork Soul Sorcerer and is playing an Aasimar in terms of species. So straight up doing level 3, at level 3, you get your subclass, and one of the level 3 features of a Clockwork Soul Sorcerer is being able to adjust advantage or disadvantage to basically take it away. And eventually, this could have been sort of done with things like the luck feat, except for when Sam finally read out the ability later on, he said it verbatim for Clockwork Soul Sorcerer. Now, he could still be doing a little bit of a modification, but I don't think so. So we all believe that he is playing a Clockwork Soul Sorcerer, likely using the framework of the species for Aasimar with the wings and the divine light that comes out of him. So let's go ahead and start just kind of diving in. We've got 73 viewers already. Thank you so much all for jumping in. That's always huge. I like to spend some time warming up to the warm-up. But is there anything... Super Chats are a great way to support the stream. It's also a great way to be seen. And people who subscribe actually end up on the front page of my YouTube main page. If you go over there to the main channel homepage, you can actually see a bunch of the people who have subscribed to the YouTube channel, which I love that feature, and I think YouTube should do way more of that to kind of highlight the people who follow you on YouTube. This feels like where most of my community is on YouTube. I've had this channel for 9 years. I just hit my anniversary a couple of weeks ago, so hopefully we get to 100,000 subscribers and get that silver plaque. I've gotten that silver plaque for D&D Beyond, and I was really gunning for 1 million subs on D&D Beyond's main channel. I increased growth on that channel wildly high percentage every day over day. So yeah, pretty fun. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sam said something. I mean, Sam's been making fun of, like, I'm totally a cleric. I'm totally not a sorcerer. He's been making fun of this entire time. So, silver play button would be cool. I got it for my management of D&D Beyond, and I have the D&D Beyond silver plaque still. It's mine. I got it when I was over at Curse, and I don't know where I put it, which is, I think, worse somehow. You think I should have put that in a really important spot. It would be weird to put on the wall because people would be like, Todd, you don't have 100 subscribers? Did you steal someone else's plaque? Like, are you running around to other creators' channels and stealing their stuff? Oh, the tailgate, yes, confirmed this subclass. Whitney Moore doing a great job on the tailgate. I thought that was really fun. I hope Whitney Moore is just a really good host in general. If you've seen Whitney doing it at Comic Cons and stuff like that. So yeah. Also, 100%. I always am suspect of Sam, especially when someone has such a long game. Anyone who's put that much effort into creating a brand new religion for their character to the extent he has, I mean, Sam is always up to stuff. So I'm pretty sure I watched the video where Sam from Campaign 3 talks about fresh cut grass and how he got his name once a month. It just makes me laugh that bad. I don't know why I'm like this. Sam shenanigans freaking kill me every time. Skullduggery. I love skullduggery. What a great term. Nefarious is one of my absolutely overused adjectives, and skullduggery. Skullduggery is fantastic. This is my Tower of London mug. I got it at the Tower of London. I will say, though, I am very sensitive. I learned this from the Tower of London because I decided not to go to the torture place in the Tower of London. Not for me. I learned this because I was actually in Philly a couple of years ago, and we went to an oddities museum. And, oh my God, there were things in this medical oddities museum. I had a panic attack, and I had to leave the building. I couldn't handle it. It was so grotesque and so sad. And I just was overwhelmed because they had a lot of things in jars and things that were mummified and stuff like that. And I just was horrified at the suffering that kind of was on display at this oddities museum, this medical oddities museum in Philadelphia. And I just had a panic attack. I had to leave. The one thing that helped me is when I went back in, I think, the mutter. I ended up taking my glasses off to try to control the panic attack, actually. So everything was blurry, so I couldn't really process anything that was around me. And I just kept on walking around as if everything was fine. It's weird, the things that kind of get you. Another weird thing, sorry, this is a weird tangent. Another weird thing is rats. I love rats in Dishonored. I love rats in video games. When I see a swarm of rats in real life, which finally happened one day, there was a swarm of rats on our stump in our backyard because there was some food for the crows there. Freaked me out in a visceral, genetic way. Like something instinctual, Neanderthal way happened to me when I saw that. Horrifying. You don't know what you have a phobia sometimes until it happens. Like, I don't have a problem with snakes. I was directing a live TV show, and a baby rattlesnake was at my feet, and I had to, during the commercial break, or like right before the show went live, I had to take a broom and sweep a rattlesnake out of the studio. Bizarre. So, all right, we are at 4:28. I think this is a good time to start jamming into talking about all the things that are going on for the previous episode. So if everybody's ready, we got 103 people already. I don't have a high-pitched scream. I think my scream is really bassy. I'll do Australia. Australia, you and your monsters. Every time I hear a story about Australia, I'm like, no. No. You're right. Yeah, anything that. But I love crows. I love crows and ravens. I love corvids. I'm pretty obsessed. So let's start. I feel like the audience wants us to move on and jump into the recap stuff, right? I feel like this is the appropriate time. Am I correct? By the way, thank you all so much for being here. If you are new here, again, people here in chat, amazing human beings. If you have questions or you want to make statements or talk about what you think about Critical Role, and try to keep it positive, but like if you got theories and stuff like that, that's why you're here. By the way, if someone is from the Wikias, shout yourself out. If you are someone who creates fan art for Critical Role, shout yourself out. Please do. Let us know. I don't have links enabled in chat, but like let people know like if you are like an artist who is making Critical Role fan art, or you work on the wikias, or you are part of the creator Critical Role community, please feel free to shout yourself out on the channel. You gotta do it. There's so much amazing art being made. If I ever need a character art for one of my own characters made, I just check those feeds. It's such an easy way to find super talented artists who are doing fan art of Critical Role. I've actually made friendships because of those feeds. Well, what a time to be alive, really, when you think about it. So yeah, do that. Sorry, checking stuff. How does this work? How do you work? We're doing a few things that are a little bit new. Interesting. Okay. Not helpful. I will close you. All right. Thank you for hanging in there with me as I figure out this technical stuff. I do have an Archfey Warlock that is also crow themed. I'm obsessed with crows. Actually, I've been thinking of ways. I've been thinking of ways to actually. What's the best subclass to play if you're an awakened crow? And it occurred to me that the trickster rogue is fantastic because you have Mage Hand. It's built in to be such a big part of your class that you could easily play an Awakened Crow or Raven and then be the rogue trickery domain and still open doors, open windows, cast spells, really. I think that's a challenging character to make, but oh yeah, I'm tempted to paint Octus's Vulture. That thing's going to be a freaking Nightmare Before Christmas nightmare. Yeah, Octus's Vulture. It's going to be a mess. Or it's going to be adorable. It may be totally adorable. I am worried that someone is going to die. I don't know about the Maverick subclass. We don't have a Maverick subclass in official D&D, so someone else must have made that. They did introduce the Cartographer subclass for the Artificer. Unless the Maverick subclass is part of Keith Baker's stuff. I don't remember seeing that, though, so I could be wrong. All right, let's go ahead and start to dive into the everything of everything. Looks like everything is going good. And by the way, yeah, shout out if you're coming from YouTube Shorts. Let us know. I want to know if it's, frankly, worth it to stream from YouTube Shorts. Otherwise, I'll take that bandwidth back, 100%. If I was playing an Awakened Crow, I can tell you 100%. You know what? My crows don't ever hit our windows. For some reason, we've had sparrows sometimes have trouble if it's too bright. Stuff like that. I've actually nursed birds back to health when I was a little kid. Every once in a while, a bird might hit the glass, and I would. I actually had a saved nest. I would nurse them back into health in a safe wooden shed type location that they wouldn't get too hot or too cold. So yeah. I think this is the Seekers group. So I don't know how prevalent combat is going to be with the Seekers group. They are dealing with this house that is coming from Cloud Giant blood that are really into going right from yellow to red. So I believe that's the term. There is no orange with them. So there's warning and then there's stop. Super violent. We'll have to see where this is going. I'm a little nervous. It'd it'd be interesting. I thought for sure someone from the soldiers' table would have died. I could see someone dying. We're not going to know until it happens. So yeah, I don't know. We can always speculate as to someone is going to die in these episodes. You never know. I don't know if we're in a big enough cliffhanger. It does seem like a very lethal situation they are in, but I think this is where they really need to talk their way out of it. I got a lot of concerns. So let's go ahead and jump in and do a little bit of a recap real quick, if that's okay. So everyone's kind of aligned. If you are watching and you want to get my attention, do a super chat, and I will be able to go back and find the super chats very easily. And we're go ahead and set a goal just for $2 or £2 or whatever it is. And we keep streaming. I'll go ahead and put that up. And then let's go ahead and go over an overview. Thank you. 123 people are here in chat. That is, what is that? That's like 5 classrooms of people. 5 or 6 classrooms of people are right now in chat who are Critical Role experts and enthusiasts. These are the folks who make me look good. Everyone here in chat, thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for your generosity. And thank you for being entertained by this quirky Critical Role interviewer and content third-party creator. I don't know how you put it up. I don't know how you talk about it. I love Julien. I love watching Julien. Julien in this environment is hilarious. And Julien handling being suave, but also a big old jerk last episode was so funny. So, I'm an art teacher with 35 kids per class. No. Too much. Too much for art? Of all things, art has 35 kids? Ugh. Yeah, I am feeling better. Yeah, it was rough. I got overly confident when I was sick. I was like, yeah, I've got this nailed. And then I coughed in the middle of the night, and I thought about going to the hospital. It hurts so bad. It tore at my lung. It just hurt my lungs so bad. I don't think I had a cough that hurt that bad my entire life. It was just wild. Because it was from the chest, right? Like sometimes you have a cough right here and you're loosening stuff up. It's like it just got into my lungs. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, RJC8JQ for the super chat. I appreciate you. Stream. Thanks, Todd. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go ahead and look at that blue. Oh, that's fun. That's so cool. If you notice my screen right now, it's very blue tinted, and this is a feature to me, not a bug. I'm using a teleprompter now, and the teleprompter is blaring the color of the super chat at me while I'm reading chat. That is so fun. So you can affect the color of my screen by doing super chats. That is wild. Whoa, that's so fun. Sorry, I'm just excited because I was actually thinking of tying a light specifically to things like that. I'm nerding out about, I love streaming, so I nerd out about this stuff. I did a live play show called Legends of the Multiverse. It had Brennan, Mulligan in it. It had Aabria, it had Deborah Wall. It had everybody. Matt Mercer was in the live stream. This is kind of like the lighting I did for that Spelljammer campaign that we were all in. That was really super fun. So, yeah. I am calling him Shovel. What was his original name? Does anyone remember what the original name was for the closet? And then one of the options was Shovel, right? What was the original name for the closet? I forget what the options were. I'm like patting him. I used to hate him. He's so ugly. He's almost too ugly, and he kind of reminds me of these creepy demons from The Gate, which was a terrifying movie when I was a little kid. So it was originally Shovel? I love Shovel. What was the other option to call Shovel? Because I did choose not to call him Shovel. Okay, someone's got to tell me, or I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna freak out. Shovel names. Name options. This is the weirdest thing I've ever typed. I'm gonna go put Baldur's Gate in there. Shovel options. Google's like Gravedigger, Diggs, McGee, Heave to the Machine, and Root Slayer. I definitely need Critical Role in this search. Hilarious names though. I will give it that. Maybe I'll play maybe enchant. I called him Fork. That doesn't seem like me. Maybe I did call him Fork. Oh yeah, I should get a Q hat for him. Oh yeah. Hey, everybody, try to. There's got to be a Q hat on Etsy, right? If you find a Q hatsy, Todd, what is happening? Yeah. Let's find a cute hat for Shovel. Maybe we'll get him like a red cap because I love red caps. I'm kind of obsessed with red caps as a creepy Scottish fae folk. Hey, you haven't missed anything other than we got a new setup. We are about to get into the recap right now. This is kind of our warm-up to the warm-up. We talked about the Vanity Fair video. Thank you, Ziggy the Bard. Are you still going to be watching the show? Just not going to be in chat actively? Some people are sitting on their couches. So, yeah. Red cap on a green closet works very well. Red and green. A straw barbershop quartet hat would be very upsetting. There's gotta be, right? Etsy has to have a very specific Fae and Demon. I actually have a beanie that has horns in it, of my own. Someone makes those on Etsy, and I love it. I don't wear it around, but because I have a giant head and it overheats. But that's the struggle of being 6'5", everybody. Wow, fork and basket. Not my favorite. I do want to interact more with Shovel. That's worth a playthrough again. Just to hang out with Shovel. I know that makes me weird. How much NyQuil have you had tonight? None. I did have a lot of Mucinex. I took Zicam. I didn't take Afrin. And Advil and also Tylenol. I got a horrible headache on that cold. That cold knocked the crap out of me. So I'm never going anywhere without Zicam, and you know what? I don't care if people look at me weird. I'm just going to mask up when I'm in large crowds. I just hate it. I hate getting sick. Though I do want my immune system to also be bolstered. It's kind of a weird damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation sometimes. So, yeah. You always rename Shovel Basket. I love Shovel. Shovel's fun. I feel like Shovel should have been one of the options. Okay. Well, let's get into the recap. I don't want to make y'all wait all day for this. I should call it the Red Cap. Maybe Saturday I'm going to start calling it the Red Cap. The Red Cap. The Red Cap The Red Cap re. And if you are, hey, we got 136 viewers. We are going to do, I don't think it's going to be a stream. I think I'm going to do a video making fun of the very first pre-show we did. I think it was October 2nd, the very first episode of Critical Role. You may remember we did a 2-hour pre-show right before the episode where we speculated what would happen in the episode and within the entire campaign. One of those silly things I suspected was that Vaelus was a god, an elven god that had all the wounds from being a god and from the kind of usurper rebellion. I mean, everything that basically happened. Vaelus had all their scars from being a god that was taken down by mortality. Now, that might still be true, but I was very wrong. I was wrong about a bunch of things, like Wikander being a clockwork soul sorcerer or a hexblade warlock. So I've been wrong about a few things, but I was right about a lot of other things as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun video. It's gonna be tongue-in-cheek, and I'm gonna be making fun of myself. I don't think it lends itself to a live stream because I need to take clippable moments, or I'll make clippable moments that I play during the live stream. I think it's always good to humble yourself whenever possible when it comes to stuff like that. I literally forgot. That's how my pre-shows started, was with episode 1. I I the I confidentially, my winter was, especially on Thursdays, was really hard, so I couldn't maintain that show every single week. I think we missed like 3 or 4 episodes, but the holidays were not so kind to my Thursday nights and Thursday afternoons. So we'll leave it at that. Life stuff gets you, but you have to make sure you make time for yourself and family above all else, because that's what you got, and your health. So I did stream last week, probably against my better judgment though, when I was sick last week, but because I had no voice for the entire weekend. I'm being a little raspy right now, but we're fine. Okay. I also learned about some men actually pitch their voices up, and I learned exactly how we end up doing it over time, and that becomes our default, even though our normal voice tone is much lower. There's a kind of thing where guys who are very tall try to make themselves smaller to make people more comfortable, and sometimes that comes from how they speak and how deep their voice is, and it's something I'm trying to work on. And also our physicality and how we hold ourselves when we walk and when we stand, even down to hand gestures, which is really weird. This is a weird aside, but like I used to put my thumbs, I think I still do, inside my hand. It's just very passive behavior to try to make other people comfortable, because you're 6'5". Like I will walk on the other side of the road if I see people coming on to a sidewalk who I think might be threatened by a giant 6'5" person with all black clothing. I definitely did that during the pandemic. The weirdest thing I ever did during the pandemic was harvest moss from the road and from like rocks. And so I had this weird metal spatula they use for like flipping burgers to get the moss. But it looks like I'm holding a Bowie knife when you're walking in the rain, collecting moss like a wild person and shoving it into a cooler so that you can grow moss in your backyard. This is the stuff I was up to during the pandemic. I'm a weird dude. I'm a weird nature boy. You've been warned. Okay, we're really doing this recap, because if I don't, I'm going to forget. So I will not be able to see chat while I'm doing this. So, hey, do a super chat and I'll come back and find it. It's still getting me. I hope everyone's having a good week. Being 6'5" on a plane is the worst thing every time, and I want to be very serious. I don't have trouble with people. I don't have petty disagreements or rivalries, but what I cannot absolutely stand is people who lean back on planes. I am 6'5". I'm 6'5". Please, if you need to recline your chair on an airplane, look behind you. Look how tall the person is. Maybe you can ask them, hey, are you okay if I recline my chair? Because I've had someone recline their chair and just crack my kneecaps, just right into the bone. Like I almost thought they were going to break my kneecap because they did it so aggressively. Some of these planes, I think the main Irish airline, whose name I will never say again because I get it wrong all the time and it sounds like something else, has the least amount of legroom I've ever experienced in my life. And that's saying something. So international travel, not my favorite thing. So let's do the recap. If I get something wrong, you're going to let me know. So we had this really great cold open, and it was amazing. I love these cold opens, specifically with Liam O'Brien, because the acting chops on this guy are insane. So we had this really wonderful moment. I think they're in a very specific territory. Halandil Fang is taking care of his infant baby. His daughter is only a few months old, and his brother Thyazi Fang arrives with urgent news in the middle of the night. So a rebellion at this point is starting. Thyazi reveals that House Cormoroy has arrested Mara Weaver, and the Sundered Houses are disbanding the Druidic Council. Warlocks are being banned from the Underroad. So a lot of things are happening where Druids are basically being ostracized, and this is the beginning of kind of like a takeover, right? Like the dark things are happening, dark things are afoot, and this is the beginning of the rebellion. Thyazi intends to join this rebellion. Thimble is involved. Hal, he asks Hal to join him, and he refuses. He's got children, and Thyazi just kind of leaves it alone. And he actually says something really dark and very sobering. That was, I don't want to die alone. I think Thyazi knows that the moment that he does this rebellion, he's going to die. There's something in his voice and what he specifically says to Hal that's heartbreaking, because he just says it. I don't want to die alone in this rebellion. I think if I do this, I'm going to die, and he still does it. I love the fear that Halandil Fang has. I mean, Thyazi Fang has about joining this rebellion and knowing he's not going to make it, and he's scared. I think that's what bravery is as a life lesson. Courageous people, it's cool to have a courageous character in any role-playing game or any movie or novel. But to have someone who is afraid, who is scared visibly, verbally, and they still do a brave thing anyways, that is the bravest character. That is a great lesson. If I'm to ever play a paladin, I think a paladin who's afraid, I think is really enticing to play. So it's a great dramatic moment coming from Brennan Mulligan, and a great moment between the brothers. And what good acting. What a great acting example from Liam O'Brien and Brennan Mulligan, sharing space back and forth, and what great cold open. It was a very thought-provoking moment in terms of acting. And watching these episodes, I mean, this is happening to Matt too. I think Matt actually recently mentioned this, that you're kind of addicted to being a dungeon master because he's watching Brennan Mulligan, game master, and now he's thinking about all kinds of different ideas for him to get game master as well. I think that's really fun. Because it kind of rekindles the spark in you to want to be a game master. Sometimes burnout's real. I dungeon mastered for 3 years straight every single Wednesday, and it was hard. It was really hard to do that often. It was a struggle sometimes. And live streams, it takes so much energy out of you. So sorry. I don't know how to say. So we move off from the cold open. Is it Reisengirdle? I don't know how to say these German words, which is bizarre because my parents were stationed in Germany at an air base once. I'd have to ask them. They might actually know this stuff. So they're very high up. We've got Julien, Octus, Thaisha, Vaelus, and Aranessa. They enter the icy gates of Reisengirdle. I can't remember names to save me. So if I'm butchering names, I've been watching every single one of these episodes. Reisengirdle. I have a thing. I can meet you again and again and again and never remember your name. I just have a problem. It's not that I don't like you as a person. It's not that I don't like your story or your character in a show. I am crap at names. Pretty sure I called Harrison Ford on solo for like 15 years in my life. I'm very bad at names. Not quite sure what's responsible for that. But they're in the Corvasi Mountains, Corvasi. I'm just going to murder everything I get to. So they're at this tavern. The group stops in there for drinks. Thaisha is approached by Tamra, who is this very attractive-looking Lux and a member of the Halifar Guardian soldiers. However, they have this kind of interaction. There's a carriage outside. It's pretty suspicious. Tamra is questioning Thaisha about, previous encounters, the fact that they know Wick, the fact that they know Tyranny. Julien also does observe that when this woman, Tamra, goes back into the carriage, he notices that her horns suddenly grow out of her head slowly as she's inside the carriage. By the way, if you're a demon who's big into subterfuge, maybe don't change back into your normal final form while you're in a windowed carriage. I'm not trying to judge demons. I don't want any trouble with demons. But hey, maybe wait until the carriage door is completely shut or you don't have windows. I'm just saying, demons, do better. A devil would have never done that. That is a rookie demon mistake, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave some super chats, smash the bell, just like that servant had their head smashed back in the last episode. I don't know. I watch this guy do heavy spoilers, and he always makes a point to somehow make hitting the bell notification funny and disturbing, and I am laughing at my own joke, and I'm so sorry. I just thought it was so grotesque and awful. I'm so sorry. So, I'm coughing because I'm laughing at my own joke. We got 163 people already. Thank you so much for joining chat. It's super awesome in here. We've got some of the most lovely critters you've ever met. Shout yourself out in particular. Hey, if you are an artist who does Critical Role fan art, shout yourself out. If you like to do maps, if you are doing Critical Role wikias and stuff like that, let people know in chat and what you're making and what you're doing. Support each other. We're trying to form kind of a community here with these streams, and this is my socialization. This and the Ghostfire podcast. Some of my favorite moments that I get every week are these things. I love it. So yeah, rookie demons, suspicion. Yeah. So we do have this kind of moment where Octus is really having a hard time with his current state. He doesn't need food. And food doesn't even have any kind of taste, so that's pretty disturbing. We get a little bit more into what the reality for Octus is, and so we jump into the fact that Octus is. This happens a little bit more in the future of the episode, but so Octus finds out that he can only be healed to the point of where he died. So his chest will always be a little bit open. I am muted for those in chat. I was muted at the very beginning, but I think everyone can hear me well right now. So if you think I'm muted, you're probably at the very beginning of the stream. We are still alive. So, Octus unfortunately found out that because of his undeath, he can never be healed past or ahead of the point where he was murdered. So his stomach, his chest is always going to be slightly open. Regardless of healing. Now, what could be done with mending, and Thaisha managed to do this for him, is using mending as an object. So technically, it worked on Octus's body, so Thaisha was able to kind of sew up his chest cavity and his internal organs and his stomach. It was so horrifying to hear, Octus mentions moving his stomach, and he can feel it pulling on his throat in the back. It was so disturbing. I kind of wanted to gag. That was gross. I don't need in my brain to imagine what that feels like. I don't need that knowledge. I don't need that inside of me. So thank you, but no. Great description. Brennan Mulligan meant he's talking about disturbing stuff. They showed that in the Vanity Fair video. They showed that clip of Brennan again describing Julien seeing his father as this hand goes into his father. spectral hand grabs his skull and pulls his skull and spine out of his body. Horrific body horror coming from Brandley Mulligan. I hope people at Vanity Fair were like, too far. Too far. I would love to have been a fly in the room while Vanity Fair photographers and reporters were sitting there listening to these clips and these stories and getting their take. That was amazing. Anyway, Brandley Mulligan, body horror, super good at it. Enough to make me want to retch in a corner. Thank you, Brandley Mulligan. Or don't thank you. I think you've caused a few nightmares at this point. So Thaisha follows the Halavar carriage to the Candescent Creed Cathedral. Hey, what's better than a Candescent Creed Cathedral than one being full of demons? I love the irony. We've got enmity, we've got agony, we got cruelty. It's our favorite K-pop human hunters. Yeah? Yeah. Enmity, agony, and cruelty are K-pop mortal hunters. There's probably a good way to do this. There's probably a more witty way to put this description down. But enmity, agony, and cruelty, the human hunters, I think is good. We've got a lot of non-human people in this. So character hunters doesn't sound right. Help me out in chat. We can get this. We can nail this joke. Chat, I need you to be funnier than me. Come on. You can do it. It's not very hard. We're trying to make fun of K-pop demon hunters. What's a fun thing? Soul hunters? Enmity, agony, cruelty? The soul hunters. Nah, it doesn't sound the same. Demon. You need that kind of 2 syllables. So yeah. Anyways, we'll continue. I will get to the super chats when we get done with this. Hero hunters. K-pop hero hunters. Thank you. Hey, DM Basilisk for the win. I think that's the winner, everybody. Praise DM Basilisk for being way funnier than I am. I appreciate you. This is how I should. You all are like my human chat GPT, which I don't use. But you're my humans. Theoretically. I am technically a meat popsicle. So Sisters of Sin, that's pretty sick. That has to be a band. Shadow Hunters, yeah. So anyways, Julien and Vaelus scout out the Einvassen hold. They discover the missing Royce and Davinos carriages, but in doing so, they trigger an alarm and witness the martial power that is House Einvassen before retreating to their base. So basically, and I'm not quite sure what the trigger was. It seemed like it might have been Vaelus being too close to the carriage at the time when it crossed over through the gate, but an alarm went off and a horns blared, and one of the members of the house, the guards, clearly seems to have the lineage species as a Goliath in terms of mechanics, and got much larger and then laid out the driver with a punch. So these are nasty, nasty folk. Einvassen. Just butchering names. Since 1977, everybody. Then we get into the next morning. They decide to go inside. So Octus does use magic to disguise himself as Sir Elric Gurzigabald, a vassal knight. He and Julien gain entry to the keep to speak with Lady Ingrid Einvassen. It's a pretty funny moment because it's clear that there was that maybe there's some question as to whether the fact that Julien knew Lady Ingrid or not, or if Lady Ingrid knew her. I think the issue was pointy elbows or pointy shoulder blades, and that she's really insecure about it. I can't remember whether shoulder blades or elbows. I'm sorry. I need to take better notes about people's insecurities as NPCs, but it was a really charming, weirdly moment. So yeah. Ingrid claims that the carriages were impounded because of a traitor. So they were warned basically that this these carriages had either an assassin or some type of traitor in there, and that they were warned from House Royce, which is not true. Julien realizes that this is a letter that theoretically was signed by Raymond Davinos, but it is actually, in fact, a forgery. So they were set up. Julien does show Lord Otto Einweisen, I'm going to keep screwing this up, the gauntlet of his father, and explains how House Royce and Davinos actually have fallen to the Tachonis family. So there's a lot of tension because Octus has disguised self. We also get into the fact that he only has so many spell slots as a necromantic wizard. Necromancer wizards, or wizards in general, only have so many spell slots. They have a ton, but it's not like Mask of Many Faces, where you're a warlock and you can spam disguise self all the live long day. So, during the meeting, they do discover that Ingrid's handmaiden, Greta, is missing. And they track her down, and it turns out that she sends off a homing pigeon, passenger pigeon, with some kind of message attached. Lord Otto does not love this, and just takes a warhammer and crushes Greta's skull instantly. And this is where we have the conversation of orange. There is no orange. There's yellow, and then there's red. These folks are violence or not violence, and this was done in a very matter-of-fact way. What a shocking moment. It's one of those moments where you're watching Critical Role, and you're like, hold up, I need to rewind 20 seconds to absorb what just happened, because it happened so quick. Blink and you miss it. This is a hard show to get a cup of coffee or to be cooking during, because things will pop off. Octus does decide to summon an undead vulture, our least speediest bird on Earth, I think, next to the dodo. I can't think, I can't think of anything slower than potentially a vulture, but vulture's on theme, to intercept this passenger pigeon. We have a little bit of a Google search and find out that passenger pigeons can go 60 miles per hour. So new bird facts for even Brennan Mulligan. Brennan Mulligan didn't even know that. I certainly didn't know it. I'm a little terrified. What if you get hit by a passenger pigeon? Can a passenger pigeon kill you? So these are the questions I'm asking right now. This is a very important live stream. Yeah. Anyways, let me know. I think passenger pigeons are now a threat, actively. Interestingly enough, I would just finish the residence, and I learned information about the passenger pigeon. Theodore Roosevelt was the last person to witness passenger pigeons in the wild, and there's video of him. It's a very weird thing. I don't know that I need that knowledge in my head. Main character of that show is a birder. I'm not sure I like that show very much. It's a little overwrought for a whodunit, for my personal taste. But great cast. Very good acting. Insane editing. I would not want to be the editor on that show. It was a challenge. So basically, we know the vulture's not going to intercept it, but they're trying their best anyways, and the party moves into the castle. Aranessa remains pretty skeptical. Lady Ingrid is seen weeping over the day's violent events, and we've got some insecurities about her in general, and there's tension from the entire party because of the fact that Octus is going to run out of disguise self. We don't know if this family is also working with the Tachonis family, but that's what we're kind of dealing with right now. Was that a fair recap of the events of Critical Role Episode 12? I hope so. Hey, we got super chats. You can tell by the color of my screen, I love this new bug feature. Does it look cool for everyone at home? Please let me know, because I could get rid of this, but I think it's really cool. I just like the fact that the image is changing. That way you know I got a super chat. So, jumping in, I think Greta may have been part of Hal's network. Interesting. Oh, no. Well, it's a good point that Greta might not have been the only spy, of course. But, how tragic would it have been to find out that Greta was, in fact, a spy for Hal? But why would she be so quick to tell Hal that they have arrived at the house? That That's such a good mic drop. If the passenger pigeon in the cold open arrives to the schemer's table or the soldier's table, that would be absolutely wild. Passenger pigeon. What did I say? If the passenger pigeon ends up arriving in the cold open to one of the other tables, and it turns out the handmaiden was in fact a spy for the good guys, then we're all going to know, in the very sense of dramatic irony, we will know as the audience that they are absolutely screwed in this episode. That would be so cool. That would be wild. These characters are still level 3 for this table. The characters over at the soldiers table are level 4, to answer your question. So we're going back to the next super chat, but I think Greta may be part of Hal's network. Mark Stewart, that's a nasty bit of business. You kind of blew my mind. This is why we have giant super chats. This is also why we have 188 people on the coolest live stream ever. Next to Critical Role, but Critical Role is the best stream about Critical Role. So be sure to check out Beacon as well. I love Beacon. Long live Beacon. I'm looking out for super chats. We got another one from Saft911. Thank you so much, buddy. Arguably, the gore of Octus issues and body horror therein relate is perfectly in line with D&D. Here's some money for the pre-show. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, monetization on YouTube's pretty terrible, but super chats keep the engines running. So thank you so much. Yeah, the gore is a lot, and yeah, very on theme. I think one of the best iterations of D&D, obviously in film, is Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. If that had a rated R rating, that would have been also interesting. But I feel like the humor, perfection. God, if they did I could see them directing a live-action Vox Machina. Yeah. I know Critical Role tends a little bit more serious than, say, the overall vibe of those directors for Game Night. Both, God, what a wonderful team of people. And I actually got to chat back and forth with the directors for Honor Among Thieves. Wow, what a different day that was. And we've got, Staff911 has been a member for an entire month. Thank you for being a subscriber and a member for a whole month. Critical Role for the Critical Hole. That's amazing. I don't know what to say to that. Mark Stewart, again, another super chat. Thank you for being so generous. $10 super chat. Hi, Todd. Great to hear you are a bit better. I'm a lot more than a bit better. I mean, family and life stuff. But my physical health seems to be doing a lot better. I'm getting over that cold. So I have a suspicion that the Seeker's Table could be in a lot of trouble with Octus being in the group. But I feel the trap may have been sprung. I agree. I think we're all pretty dang nervous right now as a collective group. Yeah, I'm scared. I'm a little bit scared. Thank you so much, Mark Stewart. I agree. I think I love the tension of a spell that's going to go away. All right, that's all the super chats we've got so far. We are up to date. You can see the colors waving by the screen, by the old TV. Yeah, so much. Yeah, the internet searches during the show about how fast a passenger pigeon goes, I thought was pretty fun. I don't know why I love stuff. Hey, Todd, did the Halavar demons infiltrate at the same time Ashley crossed the threshold, setting off the alarm? That could be possible. So, we know that it was not necessarily divine sense, and there were no statues that were kind of shouted out. So it was interesting that we had an alarm system that was not related to the statues that were being created by the Tachonis family. It seems, if this was triggered by Vaelus, so if the alarm was triggered by Vaelus, it would have to be protection from evil and good. because it will warn you about Fae, Fiend, Undead, and stuff like that, which is kind of weird for protection from evil and good. And celestial creatures, if they cross a threshold, that can be a warning system. But it's a good point that the demons, one of the three demons, could have been invisible and moved through the gate at the same time, or was hidden in the wagon at the same time when it crossed the gates. That could be true. No, so I'm theorizing what spell or a magical effect was happening to have warned the house and the gatekeepers as to the presence of something. And they said, I think they specifically shouted out something infernal or demonic was in the carriage or the wagon. So that implies that maybe an invisible demon had crossed the threshold while the wagon was going by. So I think it's a very solid take. Or, yeah, good example. I mean, Julian's Shadow is another good example that could be characterized as undead. I didn't hear any mention of statues. I think that would have been an amazing moment because the Seeker's table has no idea that paladins are being turned into stone with basilisks to capture the moment that they use Divine Sense as an early warning system for something from the Tachonis family. And it seems like the Tachonis family are sending these statues to not only safeguard themselves, but also their allies, theorizing. So if there are statues at this castle, then that's us finding out immediately that these folk that are descendant of cloud giants, by the way, I don't know, are you scared of mechanical spoilers in the game, people? Go ahead and sound off in chat, because the way that they're not described as Goliaths, but clearly mechanically they are Goliaths because they get bigger in the way that 2024 Goliaths can become large. There are a bunch of other abilities now, also tied to Goliaths, specific to their giant lineage when it comes to being from the hill giants. If that Goliath is related to hill giants, cloud giants, storm giants, fire giants, stone giants, frost giants, they all have different abilities. I don't know if I should say it. I don't want to ruin anything for everybody in chat since I have a high awareness of D&D. And helped. I didn't work on the books. I helped promote the books. Reskinning, yeah. Flavor is fine. Spoilers are fine. Mechanically, are sure similar to the dwarves doing it, kind of. Here's your complimentary Basilisk Paladin alarm system. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Mark Stewart. I appreciate you. That's pretty amazing. I love that. Let me go ahead and try a couple of new things if you're up for it. Let's try this. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, it did work. So this is, thank you so much for the super chat, Mark Stewart. We do have chat up now in the little corner. We've tested this back and forth. I don't know how readable that is for everybody at home. I can always try to expand it for sure. So, yeah, I have a background in television. I thought I'd try to make things prettier for you all for the stream. I let me know if this is readable. Do you think this is a little too small? Let me know, and I can fix it right now in a jiffy. It's dealer's choice. Todd, I don't mind your mechanical theories. Thank you so much. So, mechanical theory is cloud giants do have these different abilities in addition to being able to become quite large, increasing their size by 1. They get a couple of benefits to the damage they do and stuff like that. But if you are of the cloud giant species, you get the ability to teleport to any location you can see up to 30 feet away. This is interesting because it's not Misty Step. It's not called Misty Step, but it reads exactly like Misty Step. It's a weird thing not to call it Misty Step, but it is essentially for all reason, mechanically it's Misty Step. So giants that are teleporting, scary. So if they're trying to run away from giants, we may see some teleportation hijinks of some kind. We will have to see. I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger. I'm really sorry for the cough. I hope when I move away from the mic, that helps. It's faster. It's easier to do that than it is muting. There we go. I hope that's a little bit better. And it's a little artsy. Certainly one of them could have been a Rune Knight fighter that has been updated for the 2024 core rules. The reason my suspicion is this way is the mention that they had the blood of giants in them, and that's why I really suspect that they are in fact reskinned Goliaths for all intents and purposes. But I could be wrong. But yeah, let me know what you think. I could be wrong. I could be right. It can go a lot of different ways. Vaelus isn't a god. I was wrong. I mean, Vaelus still could be a god, but we'll deal with that another time. We will deal with that. So yeah, I think that looks way better. Yeah. We got some other improvements that are happening to the stream. Hopefully, pretty soon. I'm not going to get into all of that, but hopefully some nice, exciting stuff. I love doing this show. So thank you all for hanging out with me from day one. I appreciate it. We got 221 people in here. Hopefully we'll hit 500 this week. I think we hit 500 last week, didn't we? We got like 450-ish. We're getting there. When we hit 1,000, we need to have some kind of dance party. I don't know. Something has to happen. Critical Role couch dance party. Couch party? Can you have a party on a couch? I guess so. Okay, cough isn't too bad. Thank you so much. The Goliath is pretty tasty in 2024 core rules, everybody. I gotta tell you, I love giants. I love giant stuff. I think it makes sense to have Goliaths be able to become bigger and then have a little bit of extra abilities and effects layered in there. Goliath is definitely species most improved in 2024 core rules. Yeah. Jump on the couch? Like Tom Cruise. I can't afford to replace our couch. But good point. Yeah, that's a good example of couch stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly like the tieflings. They're using the tiefling species to replace for demons. So tieflings typically are related to devils. In this world, they're demons. I appreciate these little differences. They're kind of fun for flavor. I tend to want to play goblins. I think myself as a tall person, I'm drawn to goblins a little bit. But sometimes I just want to embrace my 6'5"ness. We had a big conversation about my height in the last stream. Jacob Milordy and I, we're both 6'5". I'm taller than Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman's only 6 foot tall. I don't even think he's that tall. He's got a very big face. He's got very large features. But when you see him in Hellboy, he's wearing huge lifts. These shoes are almost unwalkable if you watch that movie. I think Bolaire is suspect number one for me personally. In terms of the whole God stuff, because first of all, like we keep on talking about Chekhov's gun, you don't mention that trickery domain is dead because I've never seen a trickery domain actually, a trickery god be actually dead. So the god of trickery was killed by a bunch of halflings that created masks to kill that god. I think maybe the god of trickery became suffused into these masks and they were separated. So maybe every mask, including Bolaire, is some aspect or some piece of personality of the god of trickery. So that's my assumption. I am really excited. I agree. We're all taller than Danny DeVito. Poor Danny DeVito. What an amazing actor. I've grown to appreciate his Oswald Cobblepot. Didn't love it at the time. In Batman, best Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer, and arguably my favorite Batman, Michael Keaton. Level 4 is going to be very interesting. I am very curious. I think Julian's going to do the Echo Knight thing. I'm curious. When did we get that kind of middle episode where they're preparing to level up? I think was halfway through the Soldier's Table, or maybe it was a little on the later end of the Soldier's Table run that they did the hey, if we level up, these are the feats, these are the things we're choosing, these are the magic things. Yeah. Not I've grown to appreciate. We're talking about a short actor. No, I didn't mean it that way. Oh, no. I'm not making fun of anyone for being short. I would hate that if I was short. I don't love it being tall, actually. It's still very socially... I mean, not that I'm ever offended by people telling me that I'm tall, but it is hilarious that people tell me I'm tall as if I didn't know. That's always been pretty funny. So... Oh, it was 2 or 3 episodes before they switched tables. What? I don't know what that means. That's not true. Oh, it was later part of the last fight. Yeah, I do remember that. That's right. Of course, because that's extremely relevant. Good point. Just check in, make sure the stream is going well. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I feel like Bolaire may have had a lot more to do with Thjazi's death. This is aka Flop A5. He already admitted to letting Vaelus in the city, hoping she would get to him. Ooh. Then claim he didn't know what she was going to do. Yeah, Bolaire is playing a weird game. Sometimes I buy pants that are too long and they drag on the ground as well. It's very hard for me to find the right clothes. We are at 5:27. We got 235 people in chat. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Everybody shout out where you're coming from tonight before we jump into this episode of Critical Role. And thank you everyone for the super chats. We are 3 super chats out of 10 so far. We're doing pretty good. I could see Wick becoming the replacement for the Sun God. I don't know that I want the gods to come back, and I'm still suspicious that the gods were never gods. The weirdness about the Celestials going rabid when the gods were gone, strange to me. The fact that Wikander's powers are order and law as a sorcerer is also very suspicious to me. Oh my god, look at the places all over the world. Chat, all over the world. Critters from all over the world. I hope to see some of you at Gen Con. That's probably going to be the next convention I actually attend. That's insane. Is it weird to say I really need this episode of Critical Role today? I'm welcome for the distraction for sure. And thank you so much for so many people. 229 people in chat right now. I appreciate all of you. Thanks so much for joining. Very kind folks up here. Oh, another super chat. Thank you so much. Sorry, I looked down for 5 seconds. We've got possible double agents. Bolaire, Azune. Yeah, Azune, I'm worried. Kattigan. No, it is interesting. I don't know if it was the cooldown. I think it was Tailgate where Kattigan. It's mentioned by Robbie Daymond that Kattigan, some of Kattigan's story has happened live during the game. Like the whole thing where he decides to take the doll and throw it in the mud was kind of improv and wasn't linked to something necessarily already written into his backstory and something that he's developing as he's playing the character. So, this is shiftable, and you should do this too. If you're playing any role-playing game, if you have a nice moment and it doesn't interfere with the canon of your character, adjust things on the fly that make that scene make sense in the past. That's what's really fun about it. Trust me, writers do this all the time in TV shows. You're watching on two screens. Hey man, if you're gaming the system, to get away from the advertisements, I have considered turning off the advertisements. I'll take a look at how much revenue I actually make off the advertisements, frankly, and if it's not much at all, let me know if that would be something that you all would be interested in. Me turning off ads. If I'm making enough off subs and super chats and gifts and stuff like that, I definitely consider turning off the revenue from ads during live shows. Yeah, you got me a little curious about stuff, so I'm gonna check something out. I'm not gonna do too much of a deep dive, but I really don't know how valuable YouTube advertising is on streams, personally. I mean, on anything, really. Let me go back. You kind of get the gist of it. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for all the new people in here. 230 people. I know. I hate ads too. It's rough. I will get to the super chat in 1 second. What player characters' backgrounds are you most excited to see continue to play out? I am intrigued by Kattigan. I have a pretty good beat. I think there's more to Julien than we know, and his relationship to Hal, I think, is more complex than maybe we've seen. Got pretty good beat on Thimble. We've had good moments with Thimble. I think Bolaire's got me. It's very curious, certainly. Yeah, Kattigan's a bit of a mystery box. Things with Vaelus I love. I love the cold open with Vaelus and seeing Vaelus's childhood. So I did enjoy that. Yeah, I don't have... So it's automated on YouTube for the advertising. That's not me pressing a button or anything. So let me go ahead and check. We got... Oh, wow. This doesn't even count that? We've got 74 live viewers on YouTube Shorts. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Everyone on YouTube Shorts, sound off in the chat. Well, that might be hard for you to do, being on your cell phone and everything. I don't know how difficult that is, but thank you so much, everyone on YouTube Shorts. That's fantastic. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, the revenue on YouTube Shorts is abysmal, but I'm happy for audience. Oh yeah, that voice is a little gravelly. Will you show me? I'm not going to say what the number is, but it is pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. Watch play. Oh my God. Really? Really? Wow. That's a bummer for YouTube Live. I gotta tell you. Thank you so much, Mark Stewart, for Super Chat. Vaelus and Tyranny's backstory will be interesting. Mostly Tyranny, we don't know. Yeah, we don't know enough about Tyranny. I mean, Tyranny's back, but Tyranny is only a few weeks old, right? Or a few months? It's very crazy right now. Don't forget the recap. Hey, Treasure Elin, what do you mean about don't forget the recap? Yeah, how frequent? Well, I am a little concerned because I want quality of life for everybody. I know how bad are the advertisements. So on Twitch, I think it's like, man, I'm on Twitch and I see like 3 ads in a row. So are you getting served like 5-second ads? Are you getting served 30-second ads? Because this is a concern for me. I do want quality of life to be very high on this stream. So please let me know. It's 5:36. We're getting it going right before the show. I'm very excited for this episode. It's very tense. I feel like it all hinges on Tachonis. I can't read chat while I have my glasses off. Ads don't bother me. Ads don't bother me either. I can skip 5 seconds. Oh, okay. I had one ad 5 minutes into the stream and then none since. Okay. Dude, Twitch's ads are rough. Because you know what drives me nuts watching a video game is like I'm sitting through like a minute of ads and I will miss something cool and I can't handle it. I can hardly any ads on your feed. Oh, I don't get hardly any ads on your feed and your YouTube shorts. I really don't get any either since the beginning of the stream tonight. I have had 2 ads only. Okay, that's good. That's been an hour in. So that's good. I'm starting a new campaign, and we are starting a high level. Oh, thank you so much, VBN BRBX MXFM. How does everyone like the new camera effect that's happening every time I get a super chat? It represents the color of the super chat. It's totally on purpose. Question: I'm starting a new campaign, and we are starting a high level game, level 10. How should I go about starting equipment? Just give them a budget and then pick, or give a list of approved items? This really depends on the world. If you can let us know in chat, and we can all answer this as a group. Is this a high fantasy game? Is it a regular fantasy D&D or Daggerheart game? So instead of getting into when you get into the amount of money a magical item is, things get really hairy. So I do tend to do things something like, level 10. I'm nervous about anything rare, even at level 10. So it depends on the game. But that's when I would do maybe 2 uncommon items. I would do something like 3 common magical items, 2 uncommon, and maybe a rare. But rares can start to break the game. I think make rares count. I think maybe they get you in the course of the game. So maybe everyone gets 2 uncommon magical items, 3 common magical items, and then you are the one who kind of has the rare magical items happen in the first couple of episodes, the first couple of sessions, because a character wants to feel like a rare item is theirs and is cool. This is the reason why Brennan Mulligan, and I'm bringing up media literacy again, everybody. I'm on my hobby horse. Brennan Mulligan in the cooldown mentioned, hey, this blade that Tyranny has works much in the way of a vestige of divergence. It will grow more powerful as you yourself go get powerful. I want to be very explicitly clear. Brendan was very clear. I've seen a lot of weird headlines about this. We all did. And he's clarified. He was only saying, this is how Vestiges of Divergence have worked in other campaigns. For Critical Role, their magic becomes more powerful as the character does. It's a common thing in D&D. If you were a fan of the Dragonlance modules, Raceland's staff, the staff of Magus, grew in power as he leveled up as well in the mechanics of D&D within the modules. So, just bringing that up. I think rare items, I like to control what people get. Because what if it's a scroll of the Tarrasque? Things like that can be pretty rough. And again, this world is not tied to Exandria. They've been very clear. Sometimes a cool headline is a cool headline, I guess. Yeah, I think Tyranny's dad is a significant threat. Ad blockers work. Oh, Twitch Turbo avoids all ads. So, I guess people are not hating the ads. Man, I know. Not every magical item has a monetary value on them. I know, it did look like a smudge lens. I think it's kind of fun, but maybe I'm weird. Two uncommon or one rare. Yeah, okay, that's damn Basilisk. That's good advice too. Uncommon utility. There's a lot of really banger uncommon items out there. Ad for an AI? Oh god. Boo. The funny thing about being unemployed, like almost like every job for video right now, that I've been looking around for jobs, and specifically for video, the number of AI video jobs where you're training AI to do video is terrifying, and I fear for the future. That's all I have to say about that. I have not applied to any of those jobs. I'm applying to other jobs that don't involve me teaching a computer how to do my job. What a dystopian choice that you have to make when you're unemployed. Hey, do I want to be temporarily employed for a year and teach a robot how to do even this job? It's a hard thing to do. Ooh, yeah, I think it's hard having Aranessa around as an NPC. I could see Aranessa dying in this episode. I know. Yeah, well, people are desperate. I mean, like, I've been desperate these 6 months for sure. Sorry, I'm reading chat right now. AI is literally a double-edged sword, 100%. Yeah, totally agree. Do we like having super chats? Do we like having chat on the screen? Do you need a break from seeing chat on the screen? We could change it up so it's not temporarily. These don't really have a value in terms of VOD. This is a live experience. I'm trying to keep making sure that this doesn't interfere with the interviews and video content that I do, like the interviews I do with Critical Role and everything else. What's everyone thinking Julien is going to do with his father's gauntlet? Murder. That's what I think he's going to do. Thank you so much for the super chat. We'll go put you... Weird. Does chat not... the chat feed doesn't show super chats. Very strange. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, what does everyone think he's going to do? Julien going to do with his father's gauntlet? Clearly, this is very important to his house and has some magical powers that I'm not 100% aware of. Do we see the gauntlet in action? Oh man, can you see the fall of the House of Einvassen? that this episode, another house falls, that would be escalation. Oh, we got a lot of chat. Chat is moving along. Thank you so much, 236 people. It is Thursday. It is Thursday yet. It is Thursday. Oh, yeah, he got clapped before he could use the gauntlet. Maybe we'll see the gauntlet in action. Yeah, Vaelus is obsessed with Pincushion. It's adorable. I can't decide if it's Ashley or Vaelus. Porque dos. I think it's a little bit of both. Ashley is kind of a gothy person, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm reading chat. You've got to wonder if Julian's father's gauntlet is stronger than his own. Yeah, I assume so, or it's their house gauntlet. Yeah, I think the gauntlet having some kind of force shield would be totally cool, or some kind of spike that comes out of it, some hidden device. Like if it has blades that pop out, that would be cool. Like a predator gauntlet. I love stuff like that. Like when Blade's sword has that that backup twirling thing that happens, and then blades shoot out of the handle. So if anyone else but Blade uses his sword, their hand kind of explodes. I like Blade. Blade 1, fantastic. Blade 2, a little rough around the edges. Very much a Frankenstein myth. By the guy who just did the most recent Frankenstein. And Ron Perlman. Everyone's in that movie, by the way. Holy crap. Everybody's in Blade 2. And then everyone's in Blade 3. I wouldn't characterize Blade 3 as a Blade movie. It's more of a Ryan Reynolds movie. It's definitely proto Deadpool, the movie. But Tasha Leon's in Blade 3. I still... Lots of people from TV are in that show. Mark Stewart. Oh, man, you are like dropping super chats left and right. I appreciate you. No, we haven't seen what the gauntlet does, but Otto has. Oh, interesting. Julien has yet to be able to activate it. Maybe he's not the right level. Or he just hasn't had an opportunity to do so. Yeah, I still think I think Julian's going to be an Echo Knight. And I think it was Thiazi that was demonstrating Echo Knight-like abilities himself, correct? Right? We also got to hear how Julien actually beat Thiazi. I hope we get a flashback. Oh, yeah, that would be fun. I do love... I am liking watching Matt cook with this content with a unlikable, somewhat likable but unlikable character. What? So bizarre. I have no idea. Okay, weird. I got a very weird message. I don't remember. Yeah, I think we need to see this. If we haven't seen the gauntlet pop off yet, that will be interesting if we get to see it this time. By the way, hey, we are getting a lot of super chats. We got a lot of lovely, wonderful people here. A really good thing that helps this community is actually gifting subs to everyone else who's in the show, who's basically in the stream right now. Again, super chats are fantastic. Hey, why does it only say 3? Is it only... It's only counting light blue super chats? Well, come on. That's so weird. It's only counting $2 super chats in this goal. Why wouldn't you just make 10 the goal? Why would you make a specific color the goal? That's such a weird design choice. Am I being weird? I think it's weird. The goal only counts teal. Okay. That's weird. Oh, you can get gifted even if you aren't in chat? Really? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, setting goals is a little weird. Oh, did it expire? Let me check. You think I'd be good at this by now? Oh, goal ended. Start another goal. All right, let's see. Okay. No, it said light blue and oh, okay, that's why. That's why. Okay, it is light blue and higher. I just didn't make it for long enough. I'm a silly goose. All right, we start a new one. We start anew, everyone. Agreed. We shall all be about a certain amount. Okay, yeah. Otherwise, that's... No, you only got so many blue. Oh, that's insane. Whoa, did someone just gift subs? What just happened? We do have a lot of people with gifted subs in here. Oh, interesting. Yeah, the gifted subs go to anyone who's subscribed, not just the people in chat. That's a little weird, right? Okay. It's a little strange. Yeah. I still prefer YouTube as a streaming platform to Twitch. At least people can discover you. I'm not necessarily 100% in love with... The advertising is so aggressive on Twitch, and then the people who are on Twitch streaming don't get that much. So for those that are wondering, we're going to be making fun of this pretty soon. This is so this is our episode 1 pre-show. A lot of you were actually there for this. It was very popular. It was a very popular day. We are going to be making fun of this very soon, either in a live stream or just a YouTube premiere. We're going to go over some of my predictions that were right and some of my predictions that are wrong. And then I will do a new video that's all predictions. Kind of like all of my summed up predictions. Maybe next week is like a 2-parter, right? So I have something else I can be totally wrong about as well. Yeah. So we're going to be making fun of that. I like making fun of being wrong. I think being wrong is one of the best, as long as there's no negative, being wrong about silly things is really fun. I think they're always teachable moments for you, and they're always humbling moments. I always feel like when I am my absolute most confident that something is a certain way, that's when I'm totally wrong. I am not but I'm a little superstitious, but I always, and I'm not like a religious person or anything like that, but I like the phrase God has a sense of humor, or fate has a sense of humor. If oops all predictions, that's pretty funny. Because I think if you hit supreme arrogance, you will get knocked down every time. I feel like I could be wrong. Todd troll. Yeah, I am going to troll myself for being wrong. There's some bangers in there. This is how bad my memory is because so much has happened in the last 3-4 months, 6 months really, that my memory is a little off. But for the episode 1 pre-show, I had to have a friend remind me I did it. I thought I did a video. I thought I just did a pre-constructed video about what was going to happen. I didn't know. I forgot somehow it was live. How do you forget stuff like that? I also have created an incredible amount of content in the last 6 months, so I guess I get forgiven. And I've also flown all over the country and the continent. So I think I get a little bit. Make it a bingo board? Ooh, that's juicy. I think a bingo board of the stupid stuff I've done is fun. Or I could test you, the audience. Hey, what did you think I predicted and what did I not? I like doing this because, watching all the campaigns, doing all these interviews, I have a little bit of a beat on everyone's minds. I feel like so, and then I have such a storied background in D&D itself. I think let's try main camera. If anyone's tired of seeing the slideshow, I do love Shovel. So my wife loves Shovel. It's taken me a full year to warm up to Shovel. I do love Shovel's stupid face. We got the Mimic behind me as well. We got a couple of dragon plaques. We got a wormling red dragon. And on the table behind me, Megan got me, I think for my birthday, this chubby plush dragon, which is adorable. And it's like radioactive red and pink. Yeah. Imagine the anniversary show in a year. Oh my God. That'd be fun. An anniversary show would be really fun to do. Yeah. I think we're putting it on the schedule. Pre-show anniversary super show. It'll be 8 hours. 8-hour show. Be super fun for everybody. I've done a 12-hour live stream, and yikes. That's hard. In a room without ventilation. So don't do that. That's my personal advice to all of you. Don't do a 12-hour live stream. You are not going to feel right. One person got sick. It was not my idea, by the way. We were there as part of the job. 12 hours in a very small room. Smaller than the room I'm in. Things happen to your body. You're sharing air with like other people, and the temperature goes up so high. I don't know why I'm telling you this horror story. I need to stop. Oh my God. We got 236 people right now watching the stream. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Got 246 people watching and 84 people on YouTube Shorts. I guess we'll keep doing YouTube Shorts. Do you all in YouTube Shorts like doing this? Let me know in your cell phone. In your cell phone thumbs. Oh, how are the Essex dice? I'm curious. I was actually very curious. I'm very envious of... Quick Roll seems to have some banger dice, so let me know how the Essex dice are. I've seen some of the early statues for the Mighty Nine. I know they're not all out yet, but god dang, Sideshow Collectibles, calm down. You don't need to be that intense about things. They're really good. I don't think all of the Sideshow Collectibles for Mighty Nine are out yet. Am I wrong? I think there are a lot on pre-order. I'm not fully familiar. My wife gifted me, teal. I put, thank you, Forged Fate 9-3. Again, if people do not like, if you feel like people are actually leaving the stream because of the advertising, I will 100% turn them off. Forge Fate 93. I put my hand on people. I put my hat in people. Friendly Mulligan as Skinner the Red Cap. I love Skinner. I love red caps. I am Scottish, I found out. And Friendly Mulligan, really good at the Feywild. And weirdly getting his accents strangely accurate per Fey. And the mythical area they're from, the Scottish accent on that red cap, pretty wild. I think I've never bought a Sideshow collectible thing for myself, so I believe my wife bought me Ultron, So I got a few obsessions. So my wife bought me Loki on the Throne from Sideshow Collectibles years ago as a gift, which I love. It's very much Loki from Thor 2: The Dark World, and I love it. And I do have a statue of Tyrion that is not Sideshow. Only because someone made a stupid video that was Peter singing Peter Dinklage to the theme of Game of Thrones, and that's probably the best advertising I've ever seen in my life. And it wasn't advertising. Shout out to anyone who remembers that video. That video was hilarious. Because everyone was such a Peter Dinklage fan. We got 1 hour to go. Holy crap. This is going by so fast with y'all. Thank you so much for being such active chatters. I appreciate all of you. I'm never bored when I'm streaming with y'all. Ever. It's pretty wild. I'm always like, oh man, I don't know. I'm pretty tired today. And then I get into the stream and it's like stage health and everyone keeps me awake with their theories. So thank you again for the super chat. Yeah, I love Skinner. Skinner's one of my favorite NPCs Mulligan's ever done so far. I know. I'm not going to eat until I'm done with this. So I guess you could call it I'm fasting. But 1 hour, I'm going to snack on some hot dogs or something. I don't know. I need to start eating healthier, though, than the old hot dogs. This is an amazing, fantastic community. I talk about the Critical Role. So this is the convergence of two amazing communities. One is the TTRPG community of creators. When I got laid off, everyone reached out. I reached out to them back. They all gave me wonderful advice. It was very uplifting. It's also very practical and honest. And those people didn't need to share their advice with me at all. And people really stepped up and kind of helped me dust off my knees and elbows. And it was just a really inspiring moment. And the critter community equally, and the D&D community did the same thing for me. And seeing critters, y'all are so honest with your feelings at conventions. And I had a lot of people from Patreon who reached out and said wonderful, lovely things to me. That meant absolute world. And so got a lot of videos with critters, man. Cosplay video. I think I need to put them in. I'll put them in the live stream forever, so people can kind of see. I am making playlists about Critical Role stuff, so I'll put a playlist in there for the pre-shows, for the reaction shows, / recaps, and then I have a playlist for just Critical Role in general, and then I'm gonna do a playlist in that Critical Role general playlist of videos from other channels I worked on, like D&D Beyond, D&D Proper, and this channel, so you can find like all my interview content with all the Critical Role stuff over the last 9 years. It's funny. Sometimes people are like, "You just jumped. You're new to the space." I'm like, I've been here the whole. I am the Sam Reich of covering Critical Role. I have been here the whole time. Mark Stewart, thank you for the super chat. I'm Todd Kenrick. I've been here the whole time. So do you think we will have the Soldier's Cold opening, or will we be the Schemers this episode? My money is on the Schemers. I agree. I think we're going to get a little bit of the Schemers. I think Schemers. I got to tell you, I'm not quite sure. Wouldn't Cassius335 wouldn't want Skinner as a roommate, though? Yeah, no, Skinner's a lot. I mean, and I'm not knocking Hot Topic, but Skinner definitely goes to Hot Topic, right? I went to Hot Topic. Man, that was the weirdest time, by the way, growing up. I just wore all black because that was my aesthetic. I didn't know goth wasn't even a thing in the US, really, in a small town. I just really liked Vincent Price and Christopher Lee and vampire movies and werewolves and stuff. And I noticed Darth Vader, I noticed that all the villains wore black, and I thought that's pretty cool. Cool guys wear black. So I wore black as a kid. And it was easier for me to get dressed in the morning because all my clothes matched. So since I was in second grade, I've worn all black. All the same black t-shirts when I was a little kid. All the same black jeans. And then combat boots. Because we worked on a farm near an Air Force base. And they had steel toes. So you couldn't swing an axe. Well, you can still hurt yourself pretty bad. Here's a fun fact. If you are swinging an axe to cut out stumps, you should have steel-toed boots. Combat boots sometimes have steel toes, and they will save your foot. I have missed with an axe once. However, this sucked. One time I missed with an axe and I hit my foot, which happened twice. The second time I did it, it hit my shoe, hit the steel, and bounced back within a couple inches of my face. And I'm very careful with axes now. I was always pretty careful, I thought. But and I will never use a double blade axe again. Axes scare the shit out of me. There you go. I know, I agree. But you know what's funny is I have very fond memories of Vincent Price. This is controversial. Megan bought me a Vincent Price bust. Oh yeah, you're right. I have to do a studio tour. I'm so sorry. She bought me a bust of Vincent Price that is huge and amazing from overseas. This creator made it, and it is one of my favorite gifts of my entire life. It's gotta be one of the first things other than grabbing my wife Megan when the house is on fire, and our cats and our dog. I'm grabbing the Vincent Price bust. I don't love his movies other than Edward Scissorhands, but he has a radio drama called The Price of Fear. This is the gold standard in audio storytelling. The Price of Fear with Vincent Price. Insanely good. The commercial with Vincent Price and his wife for the bug zapper, amazing. What a charming, lovely human. And the videos they have of Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing and Vincent Price talking shit, exquisite. All those dudes, all those creepy dudes all knew each other, and they were so funny together. Yeah. Oh my God, Vincent Price filmed a show in your neighborhood, your hometown. That's cool. Todd Kenrick, you never imagine melee weapons with a misfire chance. You all should. Yeah. There's a misfire option for any melee weapon. How many times do we see that in horror movies? Remember that chainsaw from Dawn of the Dead? Ugh. No. No. Christopher Lee is amazing. Absolutely stunning actor. 236 people. I don't think we're going to get to 500 tonight. But I know it was a super anticipated. The best thing. Oh, so by the way, super chats are really helpful. They help us keep on doing the stream. Gifting people subs, hugely helpful as well. But honestly, telling people, talking to other fans of Critical Role to join this chat, to tell them to hang out with all of us and all these wonderful people like you in chat right now, that helps. Getting outreach, getting more people into chat to hang out and talk about and theorize what the next episode's going to be, that's the most helpful thing you can do. Whether that's on Reddit or a Facebook group that follows Critical Role. And also this channel, we cover tabletop games. I do interviews with Critical Role cast. I do interviews on Daggerheart. I do interviews on Dungeons and Dragons and all types of fun stuff like that. So stay tuned. We got a lot more things going on this year. You're probably going to hear about some really fun stuff this year. I can't tell you about any of it. But I love also supporting third-party creators as well. So, yeah. That's a classic one in D&D. Yes, I agree. Flails and nunchucks. Dude, no. Nunchucks are so dangerous, by the way. And flails. Wildly dangerous. Good for getting around shields. Did I know Christopher Lee was an opera singer? I think I did know that. And also, here's a fun fact. Are you aware of... Oh no, Ungentlemanly Warfare? Whoa. So this is something that's gonna blow your mind. I think. If you're ready to have your mind blown about Christopher Lee, I actually like this movie quite a bit. So there's this movie called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It's a hard thing to say. The Ministry for Ungentlemanly Warfare. Movie with Henry Cavill, bunch of other really cool actors, really fun. This movie is weirdly accurate in a couple of things. They were called the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare because they were sort of a black ops group to fight the Nazis. And several of them used longbows in World War II. So, on top of the fact that they were using bows and arrows in World War II in this black ops group, Christopher Lee was a member of this Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. This is a real group of people. And he joined this black ops group that movie is based off of, which is crazy. Christopher Lee knows a lot of stuff and had a lot of creepy input. If you dig deep in this, he knows some creepy things that he told Peter Jackson about having to do with how war should be depicted in the Two Towers and the Fellowship of the Ring. He had weird input based off his experiences in World War II. It's insane that long bows are dangerous. I mean, I've shot bows my entire life. My dad makes bows. You can definitely, I can see World War II using longbows to great effect, especially for Black Ops. It's not making any noise. So, if you're accurate with a longbow, it's a lot of pounds of pressure. Yeah. So, longbow, don't sleep on it. I'm surprised they didn't use. I do think heavy crossbows are actually quite a bit louder and so dangerous. Oh my god. My dad bought me a heavy crossbow, and that thing terrified me. It just seems so dangerous. And I thought, I love crossbows in theory, winding that sucker up and firing it. The bolt went right through the target. Yikes. There's a reason why that heavy crossbow has the push ability in 2024 core rules for D&D. I'm just letting you know. Knock that target right down. Bows were used by pirates. This is very common as well. Yeah, absolutely. Wow, we got some educated people in here. So bows were very common amongst pirates attacking other ships. It wasn't just guns. In fact, guns were kind of weirdly impractical. You can only get really like a shot off and then you have to reload. Bows were very effective for pirates. And the most effective archers in history were ones on horseback. The key to being a good archer is mobility. I know I love the Van Helsing crossbows. I love auto-firing crossbows. Crossbows are hard to load. No one's doing that fast. It is a fantasy. So, the crossbow fee alone, a little unrealistic. Yeah, if I had a longbow, I can shoot. By the time someone with a heavy crossbow shoots a bolt and then loads another bolt, I can probably hit them 4 times with a longbow by just holding the arrows in my hand as I'm firing. Yeah, what gunpowder? Yeah, I've thought about this a lot. There's a great, I'm forgetting his YouTube channel right now. There's an archer on YouTube. This dude's a genius. I watch his videos all day long. He is a super talented acrobatic. What's the right way to say that? And archer. And I think he does a lot of Renaissance fairs and other types of shows. But he has really insightful kind of D&D shows about longbows. I should have him on the show, actually. I would love to pick that dude's brain. Yep, Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan. Dude, archers on horseback. One of the most dangerous things of all time. Also, if you've ever played any of the Age of Empire games, this is just a simple video game mechanic. If you're on a horse with a bow, you are dangerous. So crossbows for easy training. It's easy to teach someone how to use a crossbow. Also, crossbow bolts were actually very effective at piercing full plate armor. But is really the longbow archers that kind of became the death to the modern knight, being in full plate. Because even longbow arrows can pierce heavy armor. How's everybody doing? Yeah, good question. By the way, hey, we got 236 viewers, I believe, right now. Say hello to everybody. This is a nice, chill, just chatting. I hope everyone's having a good time. Thank you so much for showing up every week. Grow our numbers. No. Blumenneck is the archer. Dude, he is... oh, what? They're doing a D&D live play show? Blumenneck is an archer, and he is a sellsword arts. Is that the guy I'm talking about? And he's got a D&D live play show? Is it on his channel? Sorry, I know I'm not talking about Critical Role right now, but I think that's so cool. 274 people right now. Thank you, everyone, for being in chat. Thank you for everyone who's in YouTube Shorts. I appreciate you. I'm Todd Kenrick. I've been covering Critical Role for 9 years. I have been interviewing Matthew Mercer since Campaign 1. I was in the building when Campaign 1 finished. It was a wild time. It was an emotional time. I wasn't in the actual studio because they're very good about not having people in the studio that shouldn't be there. Oh, my God. We got so many gift subs. Charles2450, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. And then Mark Stewart, boy, these are the heavy lifters today. Sent 10 Todd Kenrick gift memberships to everybody. Thank you so much. That's so kind to the community. I appreciate you. 277 people watching. My Streamlabs is not updating my numbers in terms of how many people have been watching, so it's been the same this whole time. I got a little suspicious. So, there we go. Then we're going to see a lot of with chat. Just as a warning. Anytime now. There it goes. Thank you so much. I appreciate all you. Thank you, Mark Stewart. That's very huge. Yeah, if I determine that getting rid of ads is just better for the stream and the community, I will totally get rid of it. I know advertising can be a little rough. How's everyone liking the new setup, by the way? Everybody liking the RGB colors? Everybody liking the vibes? Oh, interesting. There are a lot of good writers from Game Informer. Hey, I'm going to look up. I've never met this guy. I need to reach out to because I'm probably going to need to take a trip to London soon. Let me put his thing in chat. I want to interview this dude. That would be so fun. I'm not shooting an arrow with him, though, because I will be horrifically embarrassed to do so. I would be so scared. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to handle it. Blumenneck. There's his chat. It's always important to support other creators and be positive. That is my constant advice. I am very thankful to the Critter community of creators and also the D&D community of creators. I would not be here without them. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Daniel. Train of Thought. $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Yeah. Blumenek, Sellsword Art, Instructor, Bensei, Jacques the Whipper started it and called it min-maxed. Oh, very cool. And whose channel is on? Here is the Archer. Hey, anytime you mention Dungeon Dudes is a good time. Dungeon Dudes are fantastic. You don't want to see me pole dancing. This is too much height to put on a pole. No one needs that. I appreciate you. And whose channel is the live play show on? I think they're in Texas right now. Min-maxed? Min-maxed is Game Informer. Whose channel was the live play show? I'm very curious. Yeah. Yeah, link is in chat right now if you want to go check out that Archer at some point. Support your fellow creators in your creator community, everybody. It's the right thing to do and the right way to do it. So how are we doing right now? We are 40 minutes out. That is wild. I appreciate everyone right now. I'm always surprised when people show up. I don't know why. I appreciate all you creators. I really do. I'm pretty excited. I do think we got 287 people in chat right now. Holy crap. That's not even including shorts. Good Lord. We are the place to be. I feel like the most popular kid. Let's see. My analytics are a little screwy right now. They're a little all over the place. I know that's not true. Those numbers can't be accurate. That's a lot of people, if that's true. That's a lot of people. There are a lot of people in chat right now. Am I wrong? I'm loving the new episodes. I'm loving. I'm loving Campaign 4. I love a mystery box type show. That's been really fun for me as well. Yeah. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for showing up for the live chat. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate you. I love doing these pre-shows. I get to hang out with all of you and talk about my favorite live stream show. So. Now, my favorite podcast is, of course, the Eldritch Lorecast with the Ghostfire Gaming. Kenrick, I don't remember the exact words, but I love Milton Jones noting that some sports have hecklers, but not archery. Damn. That is hilarious. That is amazing. Some sports have hecklers, but not archery, everybody. Don't heckle archers. That's the takeaway. Don't forget to stream, lads and lasses. Don't forget to like the stream. You're right. Don't forget to like the stream, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. And also hit that bell notification, just like that handmaiden got hit by that warhammer in the previous episode. Smash that bell just like she got her head smashed in episode 12. Yeah. I'm saying hit the bell notification. It's really the only way you're gonna find out. First combat for the Seekers today. I find it to be likely. I think they're in a lot of trouble. Am I nervous for them? That's my overall take on all of that. I think it's gonna be a scary time. Thank you so much for the super chats. Y'all don't be too generous though. I know you all are adults, but I never want anyone to spend more money than they have. And just getting the word out there is super helpful. On top of everything else, we've got 79 people right now in YouTube Shorts, and we got around 300 people watching this show right now for the horizontal long form version of the video. I don't know how you want to put that, but yeah, I think there could be death. I think death could happen this stream. I mean, not this stream, their stream. We are almost 30. We are 35 minutes out, everybody. Drunken Donuts? $19.99. I'm confused. I slammed the heart button. I like Todd's Workshop, a good video for the crossbow and bow on tower walls. That's amazing. Thank you for dropping by before the show. Whoa, look at all the hearts. Wow. Man, can you imagine we lost an entire table? I mean, this is the Seekers. So what is not more the most, what is the final destination, the underworld itself? If all the Seekers died and they ended up in the underworld, that'd be an interesting table, right? I still suspect I've started people off in D&D games where they all died in the first 2 hours, and then the story was them becoming resurrected by God, who wanted them to be kind of the Suicide Squad for a mission they had, which was super fun. I really loved that conceit I did. Yep, Japanese samurai were mainly on horseback, and they were extremely good archers. And that had a lot to do with their armor design. So, yes, certainly samurai had katanas, but almost every samurai also had a Japanese longbow. I love... Oh, Viva La Dirt. Oh, they're so talented. Yeah, I would love to visit Viva La Dirt. That's a good... I got a lot of people I want to interview. A lot of folks I want to interview from Baldur's Gate 3 cast. I'd like to interview Viva La Dirt. The archer guy would be fantastic. I do have, I could easily spend a whole day in London interviewing people for sure. Kyle, they're Australian? Based in New Zealand. Oh no, Viva La Dirt's in New Zealand? Charles, oh man, you're being very giving. Charles, 2450, $10 super chat, mad. Jack Churchill, carried a longbow, yep. Claymore sword and bagpipes in World War II. He is credited with the last confirmed longbow kill during war in history. A German sergeant, if I remember correctly. Longbow people are just crazy. Yeah, longbows were still being used in World War II. They also had ornate custom arrowheads as well. I just watched that video. Yep. They almost every samurai would carry, well, a lot of them would carry very fancy, ornate, their last bow would be a very ornate arrowhead, and they were still very effective. Viva is from New Zealand. Yeah, I won't be in New Zealand. That flight isn't that like a 20-hour flight from here, from Seattle or something? I think it's pretty nuts. I think it's pretty rough. 284 people, I think, right now. Watching the stream? Am I correct? Let's get to 300. I think we can do 300, everybody. Tell your friends. So yeah, I think we could have a death. I do think we can have a death. We've gone over the recap. I think they're in a very dangerous situation in the castle right now. The fact they killed the handmaiden without even blinking was a deep concern. And we're in real danger of Octus running out of spell slots and no longer having Disguise Self. And then it's going to be very questionable. Oh, we're 8 out of 10 for Super Chats. It's going to be very questionable as to why they lied So the fact that they have put disguise self, Octus has cast disguise self on himself. Everything else they've told them is essentially true about what's going on in the world. But having Octus be faking who he is going to undermine everything they've told this house. And again, they specifically said, Brennan said, this is yellow to red. There is no orange. So the moment they find out, if they do, that Octus is got disguised self up, all credibility for the group, for the Seekers table, is going to be lost, and they could lose the alliance with that house. So I think it was a really damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of scenario for them not to be honest about Octus and who Octus was. 291 people. Thank you so much for showing up. That's huge. I really appreciate all of you. That's wild. Thank you so much for joining the stream. This is the really cool critter community. We like to sit here just chatting about the episode. We do a lot of theory crafting in terms of what's going to be happening. We got some other exciting stuff happening down the road, but we do this every single Thursday, and we've been doing it. We haven't done it every Thursday since episode 1, but we did do the pre-show for episode 1. You can find that on the channel. I missed a couple episodes because of family stuff and obligations. I couldn't stream on Thursdays for about 3 weeks, and then we got back into the pre-show again. We kept up the reactions because reactions were easier to do on Fridays. For personal reasons. So, but yeah. Critters are absolutely amazing. All of you guys have been totally amazing. I've had nothing but positive experiences on YouTube so far and from other creators in this space. So, yeah, I just appreciate you. And again, do a couple of shout outs. Dude, subscribe to channels like Ginny D, Dungeon Dudes, D4 Deep Dive. God, Colby is like the nicest human on the planet. Check out the new show with Deborah Ann Wall and the Dungeon Dudes. That show is amazing. Tavern Tales, another really great creator in the space. Everything Anjali does. Voice of Symmetra, wildly talented human being, voice actress, role player, all of it. Dungeon Master did the Lego D&D game for me. I could go on forever. Yeah. If he doesn't have his own YouTube channel, but great interview with Iffy at PAX West, by the way. Yeah, support your YouTube creators. They all have supported me. Support them too. I know some folks have bigger audiences than me. No one's in competition. No one's like, well, Genie D already covered that topic. Like that's never been the case. So. Is the super chat? The goal ended. We missed the super chat. We're 2 away. That's okay. That's fine. 296 people are watching. Thank you so much. We are just gearing up right now. We are less than 30 minutes away from the main event. I am so excited for this episode. I would pop popcorn, but I am in keto. And I miss my popcorn. 298. Dude, we are 2 away from 300. We can do this. We got this. Grab your cousins. I don't mean it that way. But grab somebody. Grab somebody from the Reddits. Grab someone for the Facebook group. We can hit 300. Clearly, I know lots about growing audience, everybody. I am a professional YouTuber. Totally not making this as I go along. 301, we just did it. I need to get like some kind of confetti or t-shirt gun. I could shoot a t-shirt at my ceiling. I hope I see a lot of you at Gen Con, by the way. Do a lot of you guys, I mean, you guys are coming from all over the world, though, but hopefully I get to meet some of you from Gen Con. I know I got to meet a lot of Patreon subscribers. I noticed something is wrong with my Streamlabs. It's not putting my links out, is it? To my Patreon. That's weird. Let's try to figure that out, shall we? Do. That is not what I said. It's definitely not what I meant. I think that's you. fan-seeking t-shirts. I do make merch. I don't know what that merch is going to be. I don't even have a proper Lego. Will you make GaryCon? I'll have to look at the schedule for GaryCon. That's I would love to go, but I would think I would have to be a guest to go. I don't even know what those badges cost. All right, let's see what's going on here. I feel like some stuff got turned off, folks. Sorry, this is going to take me real quick. Okay. Chat box. Did they redo everything? This doesn't look like how I remember it. Cloudbot. Timers. I haven't seen my Patreon link at all happen this stream. Have you? Has anyone seen that? You misunderstood? Yeah, I understand you. Yeah, Gen Con gets packed, and Gen Con is incredibly expensive. Todd Kenrick, if you made t-shirts based off an Avon coin, would that make them soul t-shirts? Yes. Todd, face shirt like the one Sam trolls people with? No. Oh my God. Todd, what do you think about the idea of Enmity being invisible, watching Vaelus, seeing if she is Tyranny, and that setting off the alarm? AK flop A5, I actually think that's very likely. I think you're right on the money. I think we're going to find that out. I think that alarm went off because of an invisible demon for sure. I think you're 100% accurate. Todd, I'd love for you to do recap episodes for upcoming Dungeon Dudes campaign. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I could definitely look at that. Patreon link is in the description, but my bots are not working. My cloud bot is not functioning. That's kind of a bummer. Seems like Streamlabs has had a little bit of a hiccup. Don't forget, mod Streamlabs, go to YouTube settings and keep adding Streamlabs as a moderator. Wonder how that got affected. Yeah, well, the link to Patreon is in the description for the YouTube channel. Don't know why the link is not being put into chat right now. That kind of sucks, but I will get that figured out at a different time. 6:37. I don't want to do text support for myself right now while we're waiting for the show to begin. Yeah. I don't know why that would have turned off. That's so bizarre. Yeah, YouTube is definitely YouTubing. For sure, another banger. Thank you. Yeah, we got pretty good interviews with Keith Baker right now on the channel. We got interviews with Deborah Wall, Chris Perkins. We got interviews with Matthew Mercer, the Cast of Critical Roll Up. Yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff from Dungeon Master University, which just happened very recently. We got a lot of Dungeon Master interviews going live soon as well. As Avon t-shirt would be a legal argument, does that mean the purchase would be all Warlocks as him as a patron? Yes. And I do own the rights to Avon, actually. Will you do a speed run recap for those that missed the beginning of the stream? Absolutely. Oh, do you want me to do one right now? Does everyone want a recap? How many people do we have in chat right now? What are we looking at? We got 303 watching. All right, I can do a speed run recap. Let me try. Okay, I'm not going to see anything unless it's a super chat. Hey, let's do a super chat goal before I do this. I'm going to do a super rapid fire, Ty Kenrick. Super breakdown. Thank you so much. 303 people watching. 305. Close. I shrunk things too much. I shrink. There we go. Come on, guys. By guys, I mean me. Nope. Not what I was trying to do. I'm the one watching my stream. I don't. What is happening? YouTube is really YouTubing right now. Oh, thank you so much. Dispel Logic, thank you. I really love doing these pre-shows. We've been doing it since episode 1. Definitely missed a couple episodes because of life stuff. But I love doing the pre-show hype. Really appreciate you. And we are going to make a whole bunch of fun out of the first episode soon. And we are 20 minutes out. I'm about to do the super fast rapid fire recap for everybody. Thank you for all the hearts. Wow. Thank you so much, everybody. I really love it. Thank you. 321? No. Lies. 321 people are watching. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining Super Chat. We are just getting hyped up for this episode. There may be blood. There's already been blood. Don't forget to hit that bell notification just like that handmaiden got hit by that warhammer in episode 12. Every time I say it, I feel like I've committed a crime. Goal ends in... Oh, wait. The goal isn't over yet. Oh, I thought the goal was over. We just need 2 more super chats. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. We're going to do it. We're doing it. We're doing it live. Or my stream is way behind. I think my stream is way behind. 310 people are watching. Oh, my God. Thank you so much for everyone for showing up. I appreciate you. Okay, we are about to do super fast recap. 1 second. I have to do a couple of weird things. I appreciate all of you. Perfect. All right, we're doing it. We're doing this thing. I keep saying it, and I mean it. Yeah, we got a lot to do with Sid, man. Oh, if they start talking to Sid, holy crap. Oh, I'm going to work again, so I'll need to take off. Thank you so much, Charles2450, for the super chat. Enjoy the show, everybody. Ah, that's very kind. All right, let's go ahead, and we're going to do the super fast recap. So we had a great cold open. First off, we had this moment in the past, many years beforehand. We had this moment where Halandil Fang is taking care of his infant daughter, Hero. His brother, Thyazi Fang, arrives on horseback in the middle of the night with a very fancy horse thanks to his wife's family. Thyazi reveals that House Tachonis was arrested. Mara Weaver and the Sundered Houses are disbanding the Druidic Council, and warlocks are being banned from the Underroad. So obviously, big moves are being made politically around the world of Ahriman, and this is the beginning of the Falconers' Rebellion. Thyazi thinks he's going to die, but has to go and be involved in this rebellion, and he tells Hal, I think I'm going to die. I don't want to throw my life away. He knows, and this is the bravest thing I kind of feel like that has happened in the show, where this character, Thyazi Fang, is clearly very afraid of what is about to happen to him. That he knows if he gets himself involved in this rebellion, he's going to die, and he's afraid, and he still decides to do it. I think this is the coolest moment ever, because I love bravery when you're actually afraid. I don't care for characters who aren't afraid and are so sure of themselves and do something brave. I think if you're afraid and terrified and you do something brave, like Frodo Baggins and Samwise Gamgee, that's bravery. So Thyazi decides not to get involved at this moment, It's a bit of a family division. Later on, after the cold open, we go to our Seekers table. We got Julien, Octus, Thaisha, Vaelus, and Aranessa all hanging out. And I feel like Aranessa may die this episode, or they may find a way to get rid of Aranessa as an NPC. I'm a little worried because NPCs always take up some time, especially in combat and other scenarios. So they're at the Icy Gates. Rizingirdle? I don't know. I'm saying this very fast. In the Kovorsi Mountains, they go to this tavern. The group stops by for some drinks. Thaisha is approached by Tamra, who is a beautiful Lux, a member of the Halavar Guardian Soldiers, Wakander's contestant creed. However, they have a couple of weird questions. Tamra asks a lot of questions to Thaisha about Wakander and tyranny, and Julien does observe as Tamra leaves when she gets into her carriage. Suddenly she grows horns and she's revealed to be a demon. On top of all of this, Octus is having a very hard time. He's That's what you get, Todd. I'm getting over a cold and I'm talking fast. Octus is struggling with the fact that he's undead. So he finds out that he cannot be healed any further than the moment that he was murdered. So his chest is still slightly open. His stomach, his innards can spill out. It's really disgusting. They mention the fact that when he tugs on his stomach, the back of his esophagus gets tugged as well. Food has no taste to him, but Thaisha later on uses the mending spell, which is meant for objects, to sew him up. So he can't get healed all the way, but he can get sewn up by the magic of mending. A handy cantrip if you are so willing to use it. So we've got the aspirant demons. Thaisha follows them in the Halavar carriage to the Candescent Creed Cathedral. She overhears 3 aspirant demons: enmity, agony, cruelty. The soul hunters, like demon hunters, so the soul hunters, the hero hunters, discussing the group, talking about the group. They suspect that Octus and Vaelus might be Tyranny and Wakander, which is hilarious. Julien and Vaelus do discover in the Eifenwassen hold, they discover that the missing Royce and Davinos carriages are found. They are missing their horses. They're not missing supplies, but they're also missing the guards. We find out that the house was actually told that members of this caravan and these carriages were either assassins, or there was a assassin or some type of traitor involved, from a false note sent from House Royce. And Julien, I can't believe I'm doing some of this from memory. Julien actually takes a look at the note and realizes it's a complete forgery. So Octus uses his magic to disguise himself as Sir Elric something, and he's a vassal knight. He and Julien gain entry to the keep and speak to Lady Ingrid. They do determine at this moment that this letter was a forgery. Julien shows Lord Otto his gauntlet, proof that his father is now dead, and explains what happened to House Royce and the Davinos, and have actually fallen because of the Tachonis family. During the meeting, they do find out that Ingrid's handmaid, Greta, is missing, and she's found in the aviary sending off a passenger pigeon, and gets smashed just like the like button in this video by Lord Otto, who's paranoid and furious and will not put up with traitors, smashes her head in with the Warhammer. Pretty rough stuff. And we were told the whole thing yellow, red, but no orange. This is a black and white singer, monochromatic kind of guys who have the lineage like Goliaths to cloud giants. So they are quick to anger, quick to laugh, kind of Gandalf-y murder hobos. So the passenger pigeon takes off. Our boy Octus sends a very slow undead vulture. We find with a Google search that passenger pigeons can move at 60 miles per hour. So that undead vulture ain't catching nothing, even if it is sleepless. So Lord Otto offers the group protection until they figure all of this stuff out. It's not really an alliance. It's more of everyone, you all sit tight. And I am super nervous. And Aranessa is pretty nervous, as I recall. Lady Ingrid is was seen weeping over the violent events, and also a little insecure about her elbows or shoulders. Someone in chat, please correct me. I keep on forgetting. Is it her shoulders or her elbows that Sir Davinos, that that Julien didn't take a liking to. Hilarious stuff ensued. And that is our recap. I think we did it in 10 minutes. Did we do it in like 7 minutes? Someone should have timed me. Oh my God. That's a hard thing to do. It's a hard ask when a person's getting over a cold. Shoulders. Pointy shoulders. What a weird issue. Why do we have to shoulder shame people? Do we have not enough insecurities as a people? Thank you so much. By the way, Charles is out, I'm sure. But hey, I did the super chat. A redhead photog. Pour one out for the redhead photog. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. We hit our goal. Big, huge. I can't wait to see art of the frickin' the vulture. That's gonna be nightmare fuel. I'm sure I'll never forget. 7 minutes ish. I'll start getting this down to a tight 5 minutes, and it's just gonna be me blathering on with little pieces of stuff. Nice type 5, as they say. Why, ladies, your shoulders? God, dang! Stop making fun of people's shoulders. And that's our recap, everybody. We're 9 minutes out. We're main art, you say? Yes. If you are a creditor also that makes cool stuff about Critical Role fan art, if you're part of the wiki, please reach out. Let everyone know. Let me know. It would be great to have you more involved in the show in some way. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you all for all the super chats, by the way, as well. Thank you for being so positive, and thank you for being so kind to each other. I really want to continue to form a community in these live streams and really push positivity in a world and in a time that we need it most. And critters have given so much to me and have been some of the kindest people. I feel like my focus is a little off. There we go. Focus got a little off. Probably because I leaned back or something. Can you hear the vulture scream? Now, can you please do a recap of the recap? They're in danger. They're in demonic danger. They're in demonic danger from folks. They're in danger from demons and people related to cloud giants. And a bunch of people stole those horses. Is Shovel stealing the focus? Yeah, that makes sense. Danger, danger, danger. So much danger. Do you feel that if they... Hear me out. So I know we use the mending spell to deal with Octus's wounds. Do you feel like his family sees him as a loose thread? Get it? Because he's undead? And Thaisha had to sew him up? Octus is a loose thread? Because he's Frankenstein together from parts? His own parts. I'm just saying he's a loose thread. That's my pun. That's my dad pun for the day. Do I get the hearts? I get the smiles. That's the high level Critical Role content you're getting from me right now today, everybody. Yep. More dad puns. I'm hearing, look at all this. More dad puns, everybody. I'm hearing you. It's going to be 2 hours of dad puns next Thursday. Not next Thursday. Well, yeah, next Thursday. Wow, Todd. I know. What did you expect? It was solid. Octus is a loose thread. Don't forget to smash that like button, just like the handmaiden got smashed by the cloud giant, guys. That's why you shouldn't be throwing out passenger pigeons all willy-nilly without asking. That's a pun too far. Well, we know that the vulture isn't going too far. That thing's gonna lose that thing's just gonna be dropping parts and feathers as it flies. We're gonna turn this into a comedy show. I'll lose everything. Oh yeah, we got confetti from hitting our super chat goal. That's pretty cool. We got 297 people in chat. How many people do we have on the vertical video? Everybody, let's try check out. Can I see? Thank you everyone, by the way, who is in YouTube Shorts. 77 people are watching in. Are our chats combined? I don't. Okay, I think chats are combined. Okay, good. I'm making sure YouTube Shorts chats are combined. That'd be wild if they weren't. Oh, my chats are showing up in YouTube Shorts, but not the main stream. All right, that's weird. So we actually have a total of 373 people combined watching on YouTube. That's pretty cool. Oh, you don't think they're combined? I see Dispel Logic in both chats. Well, hello everybody. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. Well, big shout out to everybody in YouTube Shorts. It was an experiment. I feel like we got a lot of people. Yeah, we're down to 281 people. We're at 656. This was so fun. I was so tired today, and I hopped in this. I had such a good time. I hope everyone else had a good time. We're going to just keep on expanding this. We're going to keep on doing more new things. We're going to keep on having a good time. And I really want to turn this into a little bit more of a variety show. I don't know if you noticed, but like the lights are getting better. The camera quality is getting better. The things are afoot. I'm letting you know things are afoot and things are going to happen. I'm hoping. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for the Critical Role community, the Critter community. I appreciate all the super chats. I also appreciate that times are tight. Just you showing up and talking to each other is fantastic enough. I think you're all awesome. Yeah, this is our watch party. Oh, watch party? Yeah, I've definitely considered. So with the watch party thing, I'm definitely considering doing it. I have for a while, but I would like to get the blessing from Critical Role because I don't want to take away from any kind of viewership from Beacon or their Discord server. So I don't want to do anything that hurts the Critical Role people around the table and Beacon. So I would want to get their blessing and okay first before I did something like that. So yeah, that is something that has been discussed amongst myself, my brain. I try not to talk too much about the future. Sometimes people get weird about my ideas. The game is afoot. The foot is a murder. Yeah, I agree. Oh man, we are 2 minutes out, 3 minutes out. Someone's gonna get smashed. Like the like button. Don't forget to smash. What else? Anyways, I just want to say thank you so much. Hop on into Critical Role chat land. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for being so positive. If anyone's being negative, don't listen to them. That's my advice. That stuff can really. I mean, listen, I'm human. If anyone says anything mean, it's hard not to take that heart. I think my default is feeling guilty automatically, and I think a lot of us are very easily gaslit. So don't let that happen to you. Embrace the positivity that you've seen in chat and in life, and don't be so hard on yourself. I feel like some of the nicest people I know, a lot of critters, are also incredibly hard on themselves. I think a lot of us are weird kids, are just weird kids. We're the indoor kids. I guess I like bringing up positivity at the ends of these streams all the time because I just want to put something good out there in the world, as long as I get a chance to do so. So thank you. Good night. I appreciate all of you. You are all a bunch of wonderful people. Thank you for putting up with my pun. We're 30 seconds out, and I'm going to get some dinner. I think if I do hot dogs for the 5th night in a row, that might be a bad idea. But we'll see. Thank you so much. Oh, good luck on your surgery tomorrow, by the way. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. I knew you'll. Thank you, Cassie's 335. Let's do this, weird kids. The worst thing is someone suggested to call everybody was Todd Tots. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. Long live the Todd Tots. It's so weird sounding. Because I like tater tots. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Chili cheese dog for the win. All right, everybody. Go. Scram, you got a show to watch. Good night, everybody. And have a great weekend. I likely will stream on Saturday, but I'm not going to do it on a Friday. All right, get in there, folks. Thank you so much.